T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Mess with the wrong melon farmers. Thug life. And here we go.
I prayed that he would burn in hell, but in my heart, I knew hell would not have him.
You are all my children now.
Then I will avenge his death.
Hello, Sippy. Are you
Don't try me.
The Force will be with you. Always.
Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us.
On Halloween 1963 in Haddonfield, Illinois, 6-year-old Michael Myers murdered his own sister in cold blood. But it was 15 years later, on Halloween 1978, that the legend of the Myers murders were born. Having escaped protective custody, Laurie Strode as the sole survivor.
What's the boogeyman? What's the one where that stupid little kid believes? I totally believe in the boogeyman. I wish I had you all along.
How you doing?
Good, how are you? Hey, Grandma.
I am not your grandma.
Ellie, what the fuck?
Ooh, baby, 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 ooh, baby. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Movies and Beyond. Once again, I am Michael, and today is Sunday. Today is Horror Hangout Day, and with me, as always, is Mad Matt from Mad Matt's Mass. What is up, my man?
Michael, it is Horror Hangout Sunday, buddy, and we're talking movies from 2000 to 2009. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm a freaking horror nerd. And when I think 2000 to 2009, what comes to mind immediately is the Texas Chainsaw 03 remake. So I had to get in character. Happy to be here. I missed you guys from last weekend, and Michael, I love you. I love you guys. I'm thrilled to be back, man.
You know, that's a good question. What movie do I think of when I think of 2000 to 2009? I'm definitely going to have to think about that one. I don't really have one that jumps out at me because, you know, immediately my mind starts going Texas 03. It goes The Ring. It goes The Grudge. It goes things like Joyride, Friday the 13th, the remake. You know, those are the types of Wrong Turn. You know, those are the types of things that pop in my head when we talk about this time frame. But it's cool, man, that you got the one, you know, that sticks out to you to where you're like, you know, this is it. This is 2000 to 2009 for me. That's freaking awesome.
And I was even thinking about for you, like if I was to say what pops in your mind, you know, I'll leave that to you. But one thing that does pop into my mind for you, my friend, is the Ring.
It's definitely a good one.
You know, that was there, and it's still a movie I want to watch with you.
It's coming out on 4K next month, dude.
Dude, I love watching movies that say it's not my baby, you know, I don't love it, but if someone can talk to me about why this movie means so much to them, and I know they have a true passion for it, and then I get the chance to watch that with them, it's something about that, man. I love it, man. So yeah, me and you, The Ring, it's gotta happen.
Yeah, dude, that's definitely a good one for sure. I love it.
Can you hear me okay, Michael?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you just fine. All right, well, let's see who we got in the chat, man, because when we jumped in, I was 47 messages behind, and that was just as the intro was going on. So let's see who we got in the chat. Jerry Wilson, one of my mods in the chat, saying Thug Life. That's what I'm talking about, Jerry. What's up, my man? Lydia's in the chat. Heidi Ho Officers, another one of my mods. What's up, Lydia?
Doozy of a day. Doozy of a day.
Let's see. Here we go. Val from Val's Views, another one of my mods, is in the chat. And the general always gets a salute from Movies and Beyond. What is up, Val? Glad you're here.
Good to see you, Val.
Another one of my mods in the chat. Bye-bye, Polar. What's up, Polar? I hope you're doing well, my friend.
Good to see you, Polar.
Let's see. Jeff D'Angelo is in the chat. Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. You too. You too, Jeff.
Great to see you, Jeff. Great to see, and same to you, buddy.
See who we got here. Sorry, I'm a little behind. And James has entered the chat. The Shapes in the chat. Hi there, everybody. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. You too, James. What's up,
Great to
man?
see you, James. Great to see you, buddy.
Melissa's in the chat saying, finally. I guess I didn't do such a great job last week saying, hey, we're doing this show next week. We won't be on. So my apologies for that. I mean, I did put it in the community tab, but I guess the community tab doesn't really uh, uh, do too well, getting around to everybody. But yes, Melissa, we are here with last week's show this week. Glad to have you in the chat as always, for sure. Derpiest of derps in the chat saying, hi, y'all. How were your Thanksgivings? What's up? What is going on? I had a great Thanksgiving. Man, I ate a lot of food on Thanksgiving, and then I took my dumb ass to Best Buy Friday, which was a mistake. It was a mistake.
I've got to say this. I've got to say the same, man. I had a phenomenal Thanksgiving. My mother, thankfully, is a wonderful cook. Yeah, man, it was great. Derbiest of derbs, great to see you, buddy.
Mad Mom, aka Teresa Stevens, is in the chat saying, good evening, everyone. What's up, Teresa? Hope you're doing well.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Byron Weaver, my buddy's in the chat saying, hey, guys. What's up, Byron? What's up, my man?
Byron, it's great to see you. And I've had the pleasure of reading some of the scripts that Byron has put together for his version of Halloween. And I'm telling you guys, they are fantastic. They are fantastic. Great to see you, Byron. Great reads, my friend. And thank you. Thank you for sending that information to me.
Kim's in the chat saying, hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. What's up, Kim?
Hello, Kim. Hello.
And do I have everyone? I think so. Lydia's put up in the chat, if you'd like to support the show, please check out Patreon, and she has provided the link below. Patreon is definitely a way of supporting this channel. If you would like to do so, just go over to www.patreon.com/moviesandbeyond/membership. Doing a lot of cool stuff over there. If you haven't checked it out already, please do so. It's definitely fun. And she has also put the link in for Brandon's project of Halloween Lives. It's still live on Indiegogo. If you'd like to support that project, she has provided the link below there as well. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you for doing that. They always do it so much better than I do. Like I if you haven't, hit that thumbs up button for me. See, look at me. I'm getting on it. You know what I mean? Like that. There we go. So proud of myself. Look at me. So proud of myself. Let's see. Oh, Val had it right here before I said it too. Well done, Val. I was proud of myself there for a moment, but thank you. Thank you. Yeah, if you haven't hit that thumbs up button, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps out the channel. James is saying, love that costume. Jerry saying, improvement, Matt. Haha, teasing.
Love it.
Timothy Centers is saying, love it, Matt. What's up, Timothy? Oh,
Tim,
man.
it's great to see you on here, buddy. I'm telling you, man, my cosplay is coming for you, buddy. You got me into cosplay, man. You really did. I love you, brother. I'm gonna try to up my game.
Oh yeah. Howerly X. I hope I'm saying that correct. Hey, Mike, this is Abby from Traders World. Hey, what's going on?
Welcome, Abby.
Bobby Pelfrey's in the chat saying, hey, Matt, what's going on,
Bobby? Great to see you, Bobby. Great to see you on here, my man. Welcome to Movies and Beyond, brother. Welcome.
Dark Witch is in the chat saying, I think that says Michael, but how you doing, Dark Witch?
Welcome, Dark Witch. Dark Witch has been very consistent on here, and that's awesome. Welcome, Dark Witch.
She said, sorry, serious silly. That's what I'm talking about. And she is saying, so hi, Michael and Matt and all you magnificent people. What is going on? Brandon Ackley is in the chat saying, what's up, guys? What is up?
What's up, Brandon? What's up, buddy? It's good to see you on here, man. Great to see you on here.
Bobby is saying, this is my first live video and Matt told me about it. Well, welcome, man. Glad to have you hanging out with us.
Bobby, man, we have a good time on here, dude. If you love horror, it's the place to be, man. It's the place to be. But Bobby, welcome. Michael puts on a fantastic show.
I do my best.
And we all have a damn good time here, man. Damn good time.
Wayne Turner's in the chat saying hi all. It's 12:10 p.m. Monday here in Sydney, Australia. When will Matt put a mask on? What's up, Wayne? Oh, Wayne. Oh, Wayne's always good for those. James is saying, I hate Black Friday. I remember people fighting over stupid TV. Dude, it wasn't even like that when I went out. It was just really inconvenient. Like, they... So here's the thing. You guys know, and I'll make this short because we got a lot of movies to talk about tonight. But I'm huge on physical media, right? I love Blu-rays. So they decided to put their, like, if you have issues or returns or anything, they decided at Best Buy in Bridgewater Falls in Cincinnati, I'm calling you out because this was some bullshit. They put the line right through the Blu-ray section. So you couldn't look at Blu-rays without walking around people. You got it there, buddy?
What's that?
They couldn't, you couldn't look at Blu-rays without walking through people standing in line. So every time you were to move down the line to look at a section of Blu-ray, you had to talk to people and be like, hey, excuse me, I'm not trying to cut in your line. I'm just trying to see the movies that you guys are blocking right here. To no fault of your own, of course.
Let me ask you, Michael, were they shitty about that?
It was, kind of. I mean, it was, you're down an aisle that's like this big, and I don't like crowds as it is, went out on Black Friday. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I get it. But it's just like you're unnecessarily making me just like weave through. It was a shit show. I didn't end up buying anything. I ended up leaving. Like I thought I saw one thing I wanted. I picked it up. I looked at the line and I was like, nah, and I put it. I don't want it that bad.
See,
and I walked out.
That's where I'm upset with you. If your dumb ass is gonna go out there and you don't like crowds, fight all that shit. See, I would have to come out there with I would have to come out with something.
So the plan was for me to go early in the morning, but I couldn't fall asleep, so I ended up sleeping late and trying to make up for it. No. Yeah. Man. Not happening.
I wish you would have come out with something badass.
Yeah, I wish I would have come out with anything.
That's one thing that does suck. Like I'll piggyback off the whole Black Friday thing. I hate that I always have to work on Black Friday. But I'll get like little, tidbits in between work and where I can like Google something, and I'm like, I see these great deals, and it's like, because you can get some killer deals, man.
Dude, that's like my physical media day of the year is Black Friday. Like I usually go there and come out with like 20 movies for like $100. You know what I mean? Like
I go to dumb stuff like True Katana, looking to get a sword or something, but they'll seriously, they'll have a $300 sword that you can get for like $100 and stuff. I'm like, why am I delivering this wine to these people? I want to be shopping.
I could have a sword right now.
I could have a sword. I got a guitar.
It's like wine or a sword. I get it, man. Wayne Turner Scream 7 dies tonight. Man, I have not talked about this at all yet on YouTube with, all the things with, them firing Melissa, Jenna Ortega not coming back. And
Michael, I got a lot to say too. And I don't know if it's going to be the popular opinion, Yeah, that's a big difference there.
Let's see. First of all, if I'm going to address this, I do not want to talk about what Melissa was talking about. I do not want to take sides. I do not really want to hear anybody's side in the situation. That's not why we're here. No. Political stuff has never been something that I welcome on the channel, so I definitely don't want to get into that. But, let's just say we're looking at Scream from where we are now, right? Like who we have left. What do you do? You lose the two main characters of the franchise. Do we go backwards? Do we get, the old cast back involved? Is it something maybe they could pull some Halloween 2018 crap and say, hey, let's just continue it from Scream 4. Let's just say that this was a separate Scream timeline, and we, Dewey's still alive, and we get Nev to come back. Well, if she'll come back, I mean, she did kind of get screwed out of Scream 6 with them not wanting to pay her. So it's like, yeah, man.
May I say something real quick, Michael?
Yeah.
I do mean real quick. I think that, you know, where I'm at, and maybe people that think alike, you know, with me, in this situation might be the go-to for that, is because all I'm saying I'll keep it simple. Scream is not my baby. You know, most of you that have, you know, are regulars on here know that. And I feel like with everything going on with the, you know, our two final girls leaving, my girlfriend brought that up to me, and she is a big Scream fan. And the first thing that came to my mind was that I didn't think it was that big of a deal. And the only reason I say that is because if you look at, and this is just my opinion, but if you look at 5 and 6, they weren't juggernauts that, you know, were on this, you know, big high rise roller coaster where, you know, we're just, you know, we're loving these new Scream movies. I didn't look at them at all like that. So I just, that's my opinion, is where I think that maybe some type of fresh beginning is not that big of a deal. It's not like we, you know, had just gotten done with Halloween 2018 and James Jude Courtney said, "Peace, I'm out." You know, I don't look at it like that. That's all I'm saying. Like, and I'm not saying I disliked Jenna Ortega, or, you know, I'm not saying that. I just don't think we were on this big rise, you know, to fame with the last few. So, you know, if you're on board with me on that, you know, if I'm way out of line, you know, sure. But that was my take. That was my take.
You know, everybody has their opinion, and none of them are wrong. You know what I mean? Like that's the great thing about, you know, talking about these movies. At the end of the day, you know, anyone can speculate to say they should do this, or, you know, myself, everyone included, they could do this, they could do that. But, you know, at the end of the day, we really don't know who's going to be on board. You know, they haven't written a story yet, because the script they had, obviously they can't use at this point. So it's just kind of like, where are we at now? And that's basically where it's at. You know, where are we at now?
It doesn't, it's not dead, but it does depend on, you know, what the next one does. But I just don't look at it as like we've lost this, you know, amazing, you know, cast and ride that we're on. I don't see that in it. I think it can be rebuilt. I really do. So
it's a tough rebuild. 7 movies in, though. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah, but if you're just talking the new people they lost, you're talking like 2 movies in, right?
Yeah, I mean, those characters, you know, despite of what, you know, your opinion of Scream is, or, you know, anyone's opinion, did have their fans. You know what I mean? Regardless of whether I was a fan of them or you were a fan of them, or, you know, they do have their fans. And that's who I feel the worst for, the people that loved the new cast, you know, because you got 2 movies. You can look at the end of 6, though. You know, Jenna Ortega and Melissa did walk away happy. You know what I mean? So technically that could have been the end of their story. You know, they got their walk off at the end. They dropped the mask, you know, they were holding hands, you know, they kind of skipped into the sunset or the sunrise. I forget which one it was, you know, and it's tough, man.
Hell, it goes back to you and I, Michael. You know, we you know, Halloween 6. Where was our Daniel Harris? You know, like,
oh god,
yeah, man. You know, but I get it, man.
Whatever they end up doing, you know, Scream's gonna make some money, and, you know, hopefully, you know, Nev will come back, and, you know, we can get some sort of, you know, relatable characters in Scream. You know, I guess I'm trying to keep positive vibes. Like I'm not 100%.
I'm not trying to diss Ortega or anyone. I just, yeah, I guess I think we can, with the right people, I think it can still be rebuilt. You know, hell, Michael, dude, I'm a nut about Daniel Harris. Yeah. And what else am I? I'm a big Halloween 6 fan, you know, so that right there tells you that I can, you know, I can set some things aside and welcome new. So,
oh yeah,
that just hit me like right now.
Wayne is saying, I watched Thanksgiving for Thanksgiving, then I worked Black Friday week. The worst part of retail. I did see Thanksgiving, and I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it.
I did too, Michael. I got to see it. Last night, and I liked it a lot too. It kept your attention. It was fun. I think it was a solid slasher.
Yeah.
You know?
And it set itself up for sequels as well. You know what I mean? Like you can continue that story as many times as you want. You know, the way they'd end it.
I think it's fine. Like keep it fun. Like, you know, was it like I got to write home about this like right now? No, but it did what I wanted it to do. It kept my attention and it was fun. So I gave it a thumbs up. Thanksgiving. So
I agree. Wow, we do agree. Yeah. Go figure.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Val saying I'm not worried about Scream 7 at all. They could do it David Gordon Green and fix all the mess ups, like killing off Dewey and Randy. Hey, man, I'm all about it. Bring Randy back. Love for Randy right here. That's my guy. Sure.
Yeah, but is she saying bring back Randy or?
Oh yeah. Saying fix all the mess ups, like killing off Dewey and Randy.
Oh, okay.
Talking about Val. See, Val, I got you. I got you.
You know, that's why she always gets a salute.
Hell yeah. Polar is also saying retcon it and bring Dewey back. That's what I'm talking about. And throw Randy in there too. That's my guy. Brian is in the chat and he's saying, Matt, it's your boy Brian. I love this community. What's up, man?
Man, dude, I've known Brian for a while now, and Brian, man, thank you for coming on. You are absolutely making some killer pieces. He's been doing Jason Mask, Michael Myers stands, but he's making some killer stuff and bring a lot to the horror community. But great to see you, Brian. Welcome to Movies and Beyond, my friend.
All right, dude. We are just about 30 minutes in. Let's get this tier chart up. You ready to rank some 2000 to 2009 horror movies?
Very, because it's for me it's exciting, man. It's a decade where there's movies that are going to pop up and you're like, oh, that was 2005. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, or it's like, I know I've seen that, but I have no idea what happened in that movie. Like,
Michael, you were
tough.
in the military for half of this decade. So
I was.
I know that if anybody needs some brush, do you see the pumpkin head above my head? Like, do you see those eyes? Is that creepy as shit?
That is creepy. It kind of, from this angle, but see, I keep my screen very small because
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
And
I see the pumpkin head below it there.
I put the pinhead there for everybody. I thought that was a nice little setup. I don't get him down up very often.
Real quick, was that the pinhead? Did you get
Doug Bradley?
Doug Bradley to sign it?
I sure as hell did, and
that's awesome.
There's no way you guys will be able to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did it real small here on the actual base. That is a puzzle box. But yeah,
that's cool shit.
And it was cool because the bus comes because there was no way I was going to bring that whole thing over there. But
no, like carry that big ass thing in there.
It comes apart, so I was able to just bring the base and have him sign it. Yeah.
I'm sure he would have appreciated it though. Looking at it like, oh,
dude,
shit, that's
for
cool
real.
stuff.
I wish I could have shown it to him. Like, love Doug Bradley, man. I love him.
John's in the chat saying, sorry, I'm late to chat. I was listening, though. That's all right, John. Glad to have you here, buddy.
John, what's up, buddy? What's up, man? Great to see you, buddy. Always.
All right, dude. We have got, I doubt we'll get through all these movies. You know what I mean? We have a plethora of movies. I don't get to use that word a lot. Plethora. We have a plethora.
I can't even say that word.
Of horror movies here. Plethora. I love it. Plethora. Yes. Anyway, the plethora of horror movies. So we're going to do a little different tonight. The chat is going to decide where these movies go. I will pick a spot. You will pick a spot, Matt. And I'm also taking away our ability to say it can go between here and here it's gonna be a solid choice for me and you.
Okay, now do we pick? We don't pick first, even though, right? We pick after the chat.
No, well, they're gonna have to vote, so we can talk about the movie. We could talk about where we want to put it, and
But there's no in between them.
right. We're not gonna do that. I could put it between meh and great. You know what I mean? It's like no.
I can't even see that, dude. I'm going blind. We've
got epic, masterpiece, which in all honesty, man, like I hope there's not a lot of those, because I feel like, and I don't want to go on some sort of spiel here, but I feel like there's something to be considered a masterpiece. You know what I mean? Like it should be.
Oh yeah, a masterpiece.
I mean, there's literally probably 10 masterpieces in horror altogether.
So
you know what I mean? Like,
if my old ass is reading this right, it's epic, great, good, okay, meh, bad, trash can. I was gonna say trash car. My
we can call it trash car. I might be able to change that.
Trash can, and then what's after that?
Haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you might buy bifocals, Michael. This is bad.
Yeah, age is a hell of a drug, man.
I'm gonna go with
all right.
Car.
So our trash car. Our first movie that we are gonna look at is 13 Ghosts. So that is gonna be our first movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it is. I'm especially, that's exactly where I'm gonna put it. You know what I mean? Like 13 Ghosts. It was good, man. I liked it. I wouldn't say it was a great movie. Definitely wasn't a masterpiece, but I think it was better than okay. I had a fun time watching it. I think it was good.
We are spot on, Michael. We are spot on.
Yeah.
I think the same. It was good. It was real good. But I can't say great. So man, I'm right there with you, buddy. It's a fun watch. It's a really fun watch. You got Matthew Lillard. You got all these cool characters with the Jackal and
I really like the Jackal, dude.
I do too.
Yeah.
You were lucky enough. You saw that bust we had of Jackal for a while, right?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was sick. So yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy, on good, man.
I think so. And I think good is a good place to put this movie. But then again, this is not up to us.
We don't know shit when it comes to
this
horror.
is definitely going to be up to the chat. They're going to be the ones to decide this. And let's not forget, this had Shannon Elizabeth in it in her prime. That was Nadia Shannon Elizabeth. That was Nadia from American Pie. Like, she was just like,
I really don't have a clue who you're talking
amazing about. Shannon Elizabeth, she was just
I don't know who that is.
I loved Shannon Elizabeth.
What was she in American Pie?
She was Nadia. She was the exchange student. The Jim was
okay. Was she the babysitter girl?
No, she was babysitter
in 13 Ghost.
And 13, yeah, she was the older,
the sitter.
I guess she was a sitter. I thought she was a daughter.
Clear that up for us,
because you had the dad, and you had
the son
Shannon
skateboard.
Yeah, and you had Shannon Elizabeth. And I wouldn't think that a sitter would go to the new house, right? Who knows? Either way, she was the brunette.
Sitter go with them.
Oh, maybe she was a sitter.
Yeah, clear that up for us, guys.
Yeah, but I mean, it was Shannon Elizabeth. So I'm leaving it up to my mods to yeah. See, that's what I thought too. Polar said she was the daughter.
Okay.
She was the daughter.
Okay, I wasn't certain. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you had me confused. And I'm like, the sitter, and I'm like, I don't know if there was a sitter in that movie. But then again, in all honesty, I haven't seen this movie in like a year.
That went with them. There was like a housekeeper, nanny.
Okay.
That kind of went with them. Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't Shannon Elizabeth.
Okay, I know exactly who you're talking about now. Yeah, she was beautiful. Yeah.
Let's see. Lydia is saying good has won for 13 Ghosts with 5 votes. All right. Off to a good start. We're off to a good start with a good movie and a good spot. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So the next one we will go with Room 1408 with John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson. This movie to me, it was okay, in my opinion. I love John Cusack, and I love, Samuel L. Jackson. It had its good points to it, but at the same time, it wasn't anything super special. So I'm gonna go okay with 1408.
I cannot go any higher than that. I did watch it, and I'm actually between bad or meh. So yeah, I'm gonna have to be at meh. It just I watched it and I had much higher hopes than what it gave me. I gotta go with meh.
Was 1408 Stephen King?
I think it was.
Okay.
Based on a novel by him.
Wasn't it like a short story or something though? I see. I don't know. I'm probably getting that confused with something else. But I do. Yeah.
It just lacked that. Holy shit! Wow. It was meh. it was meh.
Yeah.
For me, I was disappointed actually with it.
Yeah. I mean, you really can't say too much about this movie. Like when it was over, I was just like, okay. You know what I mean?
Very
Like
forgettable. Very.
It was like okay.
Like
yeah.
I couldn't even tell you a specific scene in the movie. Like
I could. I liked when he was trying to call his ex-wife, like, "Hey, I'm stuck in here," and the ghost took over and was making him say shit that he wasn't even saying and stuff like that. I thought that was cool, but not enough to really carry it. Like I see what they were trying to do, and at the end of the day, I said okay. I said what I said.
Yeah, I can't go that high.
I said what I said.
Like for me, meh is a favor.
Yeah. I don't know about a favor, but yeah, meh has
one. I mean, it's me giving them a favor.
Oh, so that's you being nice.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Meh is me, doing it a favor.
So 1408 has come through at meh. That's what the voting has said. So well done. I'm gonna skip around here. Let's see. I'd like 30 Days a Night, but we'll get to that one. Let's do The Collector. What did you think of The Collector?
You're asking me first?
Yeah, what do you think of The Collector? Have you seen The Collector? Let me ask that. Okay.
Yeah, multiple times. I have to go with good, and I just, for the record, I want to say it's not that far from great, but I have to settle it good for The Collector.
Okay.
I have to settle it good. Yeah, I really enjoy The Collector.
I'm actually leaning between okay and good. I liked it, so I'll go with good. I really liked in that movie. I thought that, he did set up that house pretty quick though. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, when the hell did you have time to do all this shit, man? That's all I kept thinking. But I did like the way it ended. Just when you think, I don't want to spoil it because there are a couple people who said that they haven't seen it. Just when you think the movie's going one way, it ends up going another. And
we are talking not movies from a while back. Like I'm not gonna remember them super well, but
right.
Yeah, go on, Michael.
This one I remember. The one thing that really stuck out to me in this was how lucky was that guy in that house that he knew how to pick a lock. Right? I mean, how many locks did he pick to keep his stuff going through that movie? Whether it was handcuffs, whether it was doors, he could pick a lock like it was nobody's business. And that's like the only reason that guy made it that far. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with good for The Collector. I liked it. You know, I'd watch it again. It's been a minute, but I'd probably watch it again.
It's a fun watch, man. It's a fun watch. Yeah, I think it's a solid movie.
I'm seeing a lot of different
But you know,
things for this.
just like you said, Michael, about epic, you can really say the same thing about great too, in a sense. You know, when you say great, you know, it should really have some weight to it as well. You know what I'm saying?
It should. But I think when you get into like epic and masterpiece, you're talking a different breed of movie.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But even a notch under that should be a pretty fantastic movie. Yeah.
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 Lydia is saying good is in the lead with 3 votes. It's a tight race here. She's thrown up the going once, going twice. We're about to find out.
Is there a time limit for these votes to come in? Like,
Well, when people stop throwing them up there, I mean that's the thing with those.
okay.
I mean, maybe, you know, so let's see. Good has won with 3 votes. Let's see. Another good movie. Another good one.
So I'm liking where they're placing so far. There's
Yeah.
nothing I'm upset with about,
Yeah.
but I'm ready to get pissed off and be disappointed.
All right, well, let's see if I can't help that process along. We're going with Jeepers Creepers, the first one. So I do know you, Matt, and I do know how you feel about this movie. So I'll go first for Jeepers Creepers. I thought Jeepers Creepers was good. I thought it was a good movie. I think that so go ahead and, you know, cast your votes for the OG Jeepers Creepers. I thought that the movie was kind of like a tale of 2 movies.
Epic.
I thought that this movie was going definitely one way, and then it became something else. But I do think it was a good movie for sure.
Epic for me.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, epic. The original is epic. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. yeah, epic. When Jeepers Creepers came out, guys, we hadn't had a movie that gave you that feel of old school classic horror, and I could not tell you how long. It shit all the Scream stuff that all you guys liked with the teens and the teeny boppers, and it went back to old traditional horror, and the creature was fantastic. You got Justin Long. The dialogue was fantastic. It's epic in my opinion. Epic, and it was Jeepers Creepers was what The Conjuring gave us in 12 or 2013.
No.
What Jeepers Creepers gave us in 01. We didn't have anything like that, and that's what it is. It was epic for its time. Yeah.
Oh God. I don't know. It to me, like I said, you know, it started off really good, and I remember the first time watching it being kind of disappointed the direction they went with Jeepers Creepers, but you know, it is what it is. It's all about, you know, what you like and, you know, things like that. But
when I was done, I just wanted to get back in the theater to see it again. Like, yeah, for me, it's epic.
I would never put it in the same like conversation with the Conjuring.
God, I would.
No, God, no.
I'm not even sure what's better.
The Conjuring, 100%. The Conjuring was way better than Jeepers Creepers, but like I said, it's you know, it all depends on
That's
what you
your
like.
opinion, Michael.
100%. 100%. So, what are we looking at for Jeepers Creepers? Lydia is saying good and great are tied with 6 votes each.
Oh, so we don't have a great. I couldn't say that right. Good rate. It's a good rate.
Good and okay. So good and great have tied. And we're looking for a tiebreaker. If we don't get a tiebreaker in like another minute or so, we'll put our votes in.
It goes to epic.
and see how that helps out, because I said it was good, right?
You did. Was there anyone else agree with me on Epic? Just for the record.
I just want one person to agree with me.
Yeah.
It could be anyone.
No, for me, it just, man, that movie, I was just like, it was though, for me, Michael. It was the first time where I was like back in the theater feeling like I was watching like an old school badass classic horror film. Like they weren't trying to do, modern ties it or whatever, or
so Wayne's saying, I'll change my vote to great to end the tiebreaker. Is that okay? Right now I'm saying yes. Just for the simple fact that we've been sitting here for,
if he truly feels that way, like that that he feels that he's comfortable with that, then yeah, that's cool. And that's a nice slot for a movie, man. That's a nice slot for a movie to be in.
True stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna go with one I really like.
That was fun, guys. That was fun.
Oh yeah, 100%. So I am going to go with Zombieland. Let's go ahead and cast your votes for Zombieland, and I am going to throw Zombieland into the great category. I absolutely love this movie because it is a great mix of it's a horror comedy. You know what I mean? And I think they do it very well. I think that Woody Harrelson is like, I love Woody Harrelson. I think that this movie is great. Zombieland. The whole thing with the Twinkies and what's his name? I always forget his name. He played in Now You See Me, and he played Lex Luthor. Is it Jesse Eisenberg? Is that his name? I don't know. Let me know in the chat. And then this, not only that, it had a Bill Murray cameo. Bill Murray gets freaking blown away. To me, this movie had a little something for everybody, and I had a great time with it. Go ahead on Zombieland, Matt.
This kind of sucks for me because by no means do I dislike Zombieland. It's just I want to say that it's not the genre that it falls in is not my number one go-to. But I liked it. I did. I liked it. So I'm really between good and okay. I could never give it a great because it's and really, Michael, I want to stress that, not because it didn't do what it does so well, because it did, but that it's not my cup of tea. Like when you say, it was a great horror comedy. It really was. So for that fact alone, I'm going to go to good.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm going to stick with good because I did watch it. I enjoyed it. It's for what it is, it's a very solid horror comedy, but I'll never be the guy that, the horror comedy comes out. I'm like, guys, come on, we gotta go to the theater and check this out. So if you understand what I'm saying, I'm giving it a pretty good praise at putting it at good. So that's where I got to put it, but I cannot go to great. I cannot go to great.
All right. Well, let's see what we have in the chat here. I'll go through some of the comments while we're waiting for the final tally to come through.
Now I haven't seen Zombieland 2.
That's another good one.
Okay.
Oh, Jeff's calling it epic.
Oh, and then Jerry says, "Man, I love it, dude."
Bowler's calling it epic.
I love that we're all over the board with this stuff. And
oh yeah,
I do, man. John with surprises me, man. John, he likes. Oh wow, Twinkies, I love it, man. Twinkies is all he says.
Oh yeah, man, it's freaking
Yeah, I do.
fantastic.
Man. I love the horror community. I love you guys, and I think it's awesome that we're all over the board, man. It's the people that get pissed off at each other that drive me nuts.
Yeah, man.
That's not what our show's about, man. I love all you guys. Is it looking like what? Great's winning?
Yeah, great one. Was 4 votes.
Dude, that has to make any fan of that movie happy. Like I was saying, that's a nice slot to be in. I'm happy with Jeepers Creepers being, I put it in epic, but I'm happy with Great. That's awesome.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's do. This is another one that I really like, and I'm curious to what everybody says about this one. Wrong Turn, 2003. Wrong Turn. I guess this one's on you, buddy. I guess you're the first one to go.
Shit.
Cast your votes for Wrong Turn.
Okay. Damn. I'm gonna go with Great.
Yeah.
It's great. And who just commented? My good friend John. He told me one time when we were talking about Wrong Turn, and he hit it. He hit the nail on the head. What John said is he said, "Wrong Turn didn't by any means reinvent the wheel. We've had movies, backwoods killers. They car broke down, yada yada. We've had tons of those, right?
Hills Have Eyes comes to mind.
We've had tons of them, right?
Yeah.
We have. But what the Hills Have Eyes, or I'm sorry, what Wrong Turn did, they didn't reinvent the wheel, but what they did it very, very well.
Yeah.
They did it very well. So I have a blast watching this at any given time. I can't go to Epic, guys, but I almost want to because I think they did do that movie so damn well. When you're talking about those kind of backwoods movies, it's one that's going to pop into my mind immediately. Right up there with like you were saying, Hills Have Eyes, all that stuff. It has to be Great for me. It has to be Great, nothing less. And it's not that far away from Epic.
Yeah, so I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I'm gonna say this is a great movie too. Now we are talking about Wrong Turn 1. Now I am not accountable for anything that happened after this movie with the franchise when I say that Wrong Turn was great because it was.
We are the original, Michael.
In my opinion, Wrong Turn, it's fun. It's it's got a good set of villains in this. You can definitely relate with the characters. It puts you in a situation in your mind to where it's like, what would I do in that situation? And just the things that happened in there, man. There was a lot of loss. You know what I mean? It was good. This was a great movie. It was a fun watch. It's definitely one that I own. And it's not one that I'm afraid to put back in the DVD player every now and then and watch it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in Great just for the simple fact, not that we both think that, but Lydia has said that Great has blown everything else out of the water with 9 votes.
That's so crazy. Yeah. I love the love that Wrong Turn's getting.
Well, I mean, you think about it, man. A great movie is a great movie, and if it's truly great, then there's a lot of people that think it's great, right?
Yeah, great.
Val is saying after one Wrong Turn took a wrong turn. You are not lying about that, Val. 100%. And with that movie, when they were making the Wrong Turn movies, every time they made one, their budget would decline for the next movie. They'd give them less.
You're
and
kidding.
less.
You're
and
kidding.
less. And less.
That was not noticeable.
No, not one bit. Not one bit. Val, that was great. Wrong Turn took a wrong turn. You ain't lying about that.
This is where we do disagree, Michael, and I understand. But that's where I can do if you're down with grungy, cheap backwoods horror, if somebody says, Matt, I'm coming over with a 12-pack of Miller Lite and a pizza. Let's do a wrong turn marathon. I'm always going to be game where you're going to watch the first and bounce.
I'll watch the first. Maybe you could get me through the second one. You know what I mean? But once we hit 3, I'm going to get an unexpected call from someone to where I have to be somewhere.
Your Uber's going to show up. I get it.
It's like, hey, like my ride's here, guys. This was a blast. Thanks for the pizza. Let me know how the rest of the night goes. 100%.
I get it, man. I get it. But yeah.
All right, so let's do this was fun. Let's do Hatchet.
Oh.
Let's do Hatchet.
Oh, you're talking the OG Hatchet?
OG Hatchet. We're doing the OG Hatchet. You're talking in this movie. Robert Englund's in this movie. Of course, Kane Hodder's in this movie playing Victor Crowley. We didn't get Danielle Harris until
that right
2.
There means it can't go to great.
We didn't. But I had fun with Hatchet. It's nothing great for me. It's something I could definitely watch. It's something that I own, the entire run of, because it's fun. So I'm gonna go good with Hatchet, even though it's probably okay. But for me,
own all the Hatchets, Michael?
I do. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
It's good. We're gonna go with good. For me, on my end, I don't want to. We've got a lot of movies to go through, and I don't want to sit here and talk about every little section of this movie. But I will say it's good, and not to mention Candyman's in it too. You got Freddy, Jason, and Candyman in this movie. What more do you want, right? You throw freaking you throw Danielle Harris in part 2, man. You got some juggernauts. Let me tell you. Where you at on Hatchet? I went with good.
No, I'm actually just kind of taking all this in. I'm speechless that you went to good.
For Hatchet?
Yeah, I am. Because even I enjoy the Hatchets. But even I almost want to start them at okay.
Like I said, it's probably okay, but I'm gonna put it at good because I like.
So I'll say for the OG Hatchet, I can.
Yeah, that's the only one we're talking about. Yeah.
I can put it at good. And then it goes to okay, man. It falls quick.
It does.
It falls quick.
It does.
But for the first one, yeah, I can go with good. But that is pushing it. And I like these, but that's just for me. It's just a dumb slasher to watch with friends. It's
nobody ever said that Victor Crowley was riveting. You know what I mean? It was just like, this is all right.
Yeah. Did that story captivate you like it did me? No.
A modern triumph, says Ebert and Roper.
So yeah, I can agree with you, Michael, but I hope you agree with me that good is pushing it.
Good. It's like I said, it's teetering a line, brother. And I even said, this movie's probably okay, but I'm going to put it as good because I like it.
Yeah. So I'll go with you. I'll go with you on good.
That's where I'm at. So let's see where we're at on the votes. Has everyone voted? Make sure that you, if you haven't, that you do that right now so we can throw this movie up there. I do want to throw this up. Wayne has put this in. That Victor Crowley was a looker. Let me tell you.
Oh, handsome as shit.
Handsome man right there. Craft my wardrobe after him. So we are putting Hatchet in good. Lydia has come through and said good has won with 5 votes. So we are putting Hatchet under the good category.
It is definitely like say you go to a guy's house where you're expecting to do a Jason marathon, but he lost his Jason collection. That's what you're going to want him to say that he's got in second place is a Hatchet marathon, right? So, I get it because they're very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's no Jason. But for a just to have fun, slash some people up, they're fun films.
All right.
And Victor Crowley's violent as shit.
He is. All right, so My Bloody Valentine. This was a remake that was done in the 2000s. Have you seen this one?
multiple times. I thoroughly enjoy it, actually.
All right.
I've
So,
not seen the original. I didn't want to say it, but I got to say it. I've not seen the original. I've
all
seen
right.
the remake multiple times with our boy from Supernatural.
Yeah, Jensen Ackles. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Am I
right.
going
So
first? Where to put this?
you are first. I went with Hatchet.
Okay. Oh man. Oh damn. I gotta say good once again, and it's a hair away from great. If I'm being honest, I just don't know if I can put it at great, but I enjoy it, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I enjoy it a lot. Like it's actually bugging me not putting it at great.
So for me, I'm a little on the opposite side of this one.
Okay.
With this movie, I'm looking at meh for this one.
Oh.
And this isn't one. This is one that I probably saw like 3 or 4 months ago. And believe me, guys, I love Supernatural. You know what I mean? I do. But I'm gonna put this in the meh category. To me, it was blatantly obvious. I think that it wasn't really the right role for Jensen Ackles to be like. I saw too much Mad Dean in that movie. Like I didn't really have any sense of him being terrifying whatsoever.
It is a movie I thoroughly enjoy. It really is.
Well, let me finish up here real quick.
Sure.
It's they did do some good things, but for the most part, like I just at the end of the day, I just didn't really care, too much about the characters. I didn't find it very realistic of what happened, for that to happen to him in the way that they portrayed. Not to say that somebody couldn't, almost be killed and then turn into a killer themselves. But I mean, for me, I'm going on the side of meh for this one for sure. But I mean, I'm glad that you like it. You know what I mean?
I do, Michael. I do. And I've been meaning to watch the original. But yeah, it's got to go to the chat. And I struggle not putting it. It's something I've watched numerous times, and I do enjoy. But I see what you're saying, Michael. I see what you're saying.
Let's see. Melissa's saying epic. Derpy Dirt is saying good. Bobby is saying epic.
Nice.
John is saying okay. Jerry is saying okay.
Okay.
Val is saying meh. Timothy is saying good. Polar is saying bad. That's funny. Good, bad.
Dude, it's all over the board.
James is saying great. Jeff is saying good.
It's all over the place. I love it.
Wayne is saying the ending is too clever for its own good, aka it's no unusual suspects or the Sixth Sense. And that's kind of what I was, trying to get at. Wayne, you probably said it a little better than I did. Jeff is saying Kaylee's watching and she says, hello all. What's up, Kaylee?
Dude, hello, Kaylee. Hello, welcome to Movies and Beyond. Great to see you, Kaylee.
Lydia is saying, okay, as one with 4 votes, Derp has broken the tie. Well, that's where it's at. So we'll leave
and that's
it in,
cool.
okay?
And that's cool. That's cool.
It's funny how that movie was just all over the place. Like you could find pretty much anyone saying it was any one of these choices except for Trash Can or Haven't Seen. And that was super cool. Hell yeah, man.
Dude, it was. That was cool.
All right. Let's jump into Rob Zombie right now. Let's go into the Devil's Rejects. And I guess it's my turn to start with this. So let's go ahead and cast your votes for the Devil's Rejects. I'm putting it. We kind of talked about this a little bit yesterday. The Devil's Rejects came up in conversation. We were talking, and I would have to say that this is my favorite Rob Zombie movie. And I'm going to go ahead and put this as a great movie. It's fun. It's very Natural Born Killers in my mind. It feels a lot like the Natural Born Killers movie with Juliette Lewis and Woody Harrelson. I get that vibe from it, but it kind of had its own flavor to it, making it somewhat unique. And it was fun. And I don't think that it could have existed without House of a Thousand Corpses. Obviously, I think it set it up very well. But The Devil's Rejects for me, it's not something I always felt was as good as it was. You know, it took me a couple times of watching it to really appreciate it. But I definitely want to go with great for The Devil's Rejects. Where you at with this one, buddy?
Great.
Hell yeah, man.
For every reason you just said.
Did you think it was great the first time you watched it?
I did.
See, it took me, a couple times of seeing it to really be like, yeah.
That's usually how I am. So I totally get that. But with that one, yeah, it's strange. It's one of the maybe only movies I watched with my middle brother, Joe. We don't, we don't have the best, we don't have the best relationship. We don't, dislike each other or anything, but we just don't always click. But it's a movie we went to see together, and we both, man, when that movie was done, we're just like, wow. I think it's one of Rob Zombie's best. Bill Moseley is at the top of his game. I think Sherry as Baby was great in that film. It's just a great, like, rebels on the run, like, and when I hear people say like that, it's not so much a horror movie. Like, I get that too. Like, I get it. It's more like a, grimy, revenge, rebels on the run. But it's done so well, man. I even wanted to, Michael, I wanted to put it at Epic, but I also got to understand what Epic stands for.
I don't think it changed the game when Devil's Rejects came out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed. So I have to go with great. I'm very comfortable with great.
Oh yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. And it's funny that you say that about Epic, because Epic is currently leading with 5 votes. Let's see what the chat has to say.
That's awesome. I'm not
definitely
hating on that.
Definitely.
I'm not hating on that. That's insane. That's cool as shit.
See what Epic is in the lead. Cast your votes. Getting a lot of
No,
a
Michael,
lot of
you hang out with me, quite a bit. I have a horror shop, and I have people come in, Michael, left and right, that are not even so much like looking for horror, but they simply come in. They'll be like, "What do you have, Devil's Rejects?"
That's cool shit, man.
They'll say that exactly to me. Like, "What do you have?" Not Rob Zombie related, not Halloween. What do you have, Devil's Rejects? And if I don't have much, they're gone. They're like, okay, cool, gone. It definitely has a following, man. It definitely has a following.
For sure. I think Jeff is more impressed that we agreed on something than anything else via his comment. Oh my God, they agreed on something. That's what I'm talking about. 100%. Wayne coming through from Australia saying Rob Zombie, the horror director of trash, people. It's fair.
Yeah.
It is fair.
Dude, I'm telling you, if anybody in Hollywood is like, well, we got to make these guys look as white trash as possible, who we going to get to do that?
Get Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie. Get him.
Get him. He's got it.
Man, dude, you want to take a shower after watching a Rob Zombie movie.
That's why I think he should do a Texas movie, dude.
Dude.
Like, I feel like that would fit him so well. Like,
no one would disagree with no one would disagree with you on that, Michael. Like, if they do,
I feel like that's definitely his wheelhouse for sure.
So I was really disappointed when I heard, because like let me say this, I don't look at Rob Zombie as like this god director, but I like to see what he's going to do, and I think he's done okay. So like when I heard Rob Zombie's doing the Munsters, I was just like, fuck. I just wanted to hear like how much cooler would it be to hear Rob Zombie is doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Like
That'd be
that's
cool.
And I don't mean to disrespect any Munsters fans because I don't want to disrespect anybody, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. So I was just like, when I heard he was spending, because that's going to take a lot of his time. When I heard he was doing that, I was just like, damn, I would much rather hear like, just like I said, Rob Zombie is doing, Texas Chainsaw. He's doing the Exorcist, something that, is, um,
something that fits his wheelhouse.
Yeah, but then at the same time when he was doing that, I was just like, all I hoped was that all the Munsters fans got something out of that. Like I was hoping that they would like that, and that he would do justice for the Munsters crew and all that stuff. So hopefully he did. I don't really know if he did or not, but yeah, I was just, when I heard it, I was just like, damn it.
Hey, I do want to put this up, though. Derpy's Derp was talking to Wayne and said, oh, Wayne, that's got to suck, but who knows? Maybe you could take a random trip to Ohio someday. Wayne, if you're coming from Australia to America, I'd love to see you, buddy, but don't come to Ohio. Don't vacation here from Australia, dude. Go to California, go to New York, go to Miami or something, buddy. Have a good time while you're here. We don't have much other than corn and Kings Island. Like, that's really all we have from someone from Australia, buddy. Do yourself a favor, man. Go to a beach somewhere. It's fantastic, and I'm just playing with you, Derpiest Derps, for sure.
We do have Mad Matt's mask.
I came from Australia, and where I'm going, dude, I want to do this one because this is a fun movie for me. I want to do Joyride.
Oh, dude, give me 2 seconds. I got to use the restroom.
All right.
And yeah, I got to be on board with Joyride. Give me 2 seconds, buddy.
All right, but
love me some Joyride.
All right, let me put him down here. Okay, so I will talk a little bit about Joyride while he's gone. Polar, you're making me laugh right here for sure. Don't go to Ohio. Yeah, it's just, it's, if I'm going to another country, especially America, it's like, I'm going to see America. I think I'll start in the cornfields of Ohio. No, dude, don't do that. Go somewhere great. I hear Miami's awesome. Hawaii. Like, dude, there's some cool stuff for sure. 100%. Let's see right here. So Joyride. I got to talk about Joyride. Now, this is an okay movie, but it's a good movie for me. Paul Walker's in this movie. It's one of those movies. It's one that I had the DVD when I was in the military, so it got a lot of watch time for me, and it was something that I loved watching. The premise is good. You don't really think too much about how you could, anonymously, talk shit and have it end up biting you in the ass. And I think this movie did a great job of portraying that. Not to mention Paul Walker and his brother and their relationship. I thought, as weird as it was, it had those moments where it was just like, man, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And this movie wasn't afraid, to be a little scary, but at the same time make you laugh. So that's something with Joyride that I loved about it. It wasn't afraid to throw the jokes at you. There's two scenes that stick out to me in particular. One where his little brother, I always forget his name, is trying to stick up for that girl in the bar, right? And he's he says to her like, "Bitch, you need to shut up." You know what I mean? And he starts talking shit to her, and the little brother comes across the bar, and he's like, "Bitch, I told you to shut up." Just trying to diffuse the situation. And for some reason, just the way he said that and came across, it was absolutely hilarious. Obviously, he didn't mean, to call her that when he did. But just the way he said it, I thought was freaking hilarious. And then, the other part that sticks into my head, was when they pulled into the parking spot. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about that because I don't want, anyone to get offended or anything. I'm going to leave that one off. But just know, the first, this movie wasn't afraid to both be scary and, make you laugh. And that's why I thought it was a good movie. Joyride, buddy.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. What year? Let me ask you. What year did Joyride come out?
I owned it on DVD when I was in the military, so before 2003.
Joyride for me, it's
2001.
It's great, guys. It's great. And for me, it's a hair away from epic. And the only reason I say that is because how fun this movie is. And that goes for a lot. Michael, you know this. You've said a lot about movies that, and this has hit me, where you've said, it's not exactly this or that, but it has a lot of meaning to you. Whether you watched it with a certain person, that means a lot to you, and this, that, and the other. And I get that. This movie for me, man, I've had a lot of fun with it, man. For that reason alone, I almost want to put it epic, but I can't. But it's great for me. It's different. It's a go-to for me a lot of times if I have friends over and they're like, what are we gonna watch? That's fun. It's
Take care, Derps.
Yeah, it's got to be great for me, man.
Yeah, that's good, man. Like, for sure. I'm curious to see where the votes came out for this one. Are we anywhere near anything?
I love Steve Zahn.
That's his name. I always forget his name.
I don't even know if I'm saying it right though, Michael. I just always said Steve Zahn. I've always liked him. He's hysterical in the movie. You got Paul Walker. You've got the voice of Buffalo Bill in there. Like, dude.
Well, yeah.
I love Buffalo Bill. You got him in the Hills Have Eyes remake.
Yep. Yes, you do. Yeah, he gets burned on that freaking thing. Yeah. And I mean, that's a good transition. The Hills Have Eyes. Let's do that one. For sure.
So where did it go? Where did our movie go?
It went to good. I put it up on the thing.
Okay.
Good one with 4 votes.
Okay, I'm good with that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, are we talking about the remake?
The remake, 2000s. Do you know that the same guy did this remake that did High Tension?
I love High Tension.
I know you do. That's why I mentioned it.
I love High Tension.
But this one's on you. The Hills Have Eyes. Where do you put the Hills Have Eyes remake?
Here's where I'm getting mad at myself. It's like I'm not putting anything at epic. Like what? I so bad when I put it at epic.
Then put it at epic. I mean, if it's epic to you, then it's epic.
Okay, it's epic to me. It is epic to me. Absolutely love the Hills Have Eyes remake. I went back a few years after watching that and tried to watch the original. Could not even finish it. But this remake, guys, for me, it has absolutely everything you could want in a horror movie. It's got gruesome villains. It's got characters that you care about. It has wow factors galore. To the burning of the dad, to the rape of the women. I mean, it has your emotions all over hell. I think it's a genius horror film. Yeah, I'm gonna say epic, Michael. I absolutely love it.
All right. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. It was kind of tough for me to watch at some points, to
Same
where
here.
I
Same
didn't really want to watch. You know what I mean? And that's the only reason, I definitely want to put it in good, because I think it was better than okay. By no means was it great for me. Just for the simple fact there's a lot of it that I'm just like, this could probably be avoided. But I mean, to each their own.
I don't know if
This
you would have that. I don't know if it would get that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
to me, it just, it was a good movie. It kind of started being, a little predictable at points. But then again, when I saw it, I had seen the original. So to me, it was good. And I really don't have too much to say. The very beginning of that movie was definitely tough for me to watch too. And I know it's just the whole situation was just jacked up in that movie. But there are certain things that I do like about this movie, but not enough for me to put it any better than good. For remakes, though, it was a great remake. You know what I mean? Like they did good things with that remake. But yeah,
I think I do. I think it was phenomenal.
I think my favorite character in the whole movie was Beast. Like Beast was a beast. You know what I mean? And it was cool. But let's see. Good has won with 7 votes. All right.
Damn. Damn. I was hoping I'd be upset at some point. I love it. Now we're having a show.
Yeah.
Damn it. I love that movie.
This is a fun one. 30 Days of Night. What did well, I guess it's my turn to go.
It is
30 Days of Night.
Get off my
back. 30 Days of Nights. Go ahead and cast your votes for 30 Days of Nights. 30 Days of Night, not 30 Days of Nights. To me, this movie was good. I don't think that it was a great movie, but I definitely think it was good. It has a lot of rewatch value for me. It is teetering a little bit between good and great, but I look at things like, Zombieland and Wrong Turn being great, and I don't put it in the same category as those movies. But the vampires in this movie, man, still to this day, the most intimidating vampires out of any film that I've watched with vampires. They were just intimidating. You know what I mean? The way they walk down the streets at night, the way that leader had them in like check, man. Like it was just horrifying. Like if you were in that situation, I would say that would be freaking horrifying. Josh Hartnett's in this one. You kind of get the predictable ending with it. That's really the only way it can end. And yeah, man, I thought it was a good movie. I did. But I still don't think it's good enough to put within the likes of like Wrong Turn or a Zombieland or, something like that. Where are you at with this one?
See, that's where I'm like, I'm agreeing with you. I am, but I'm also questioning myself why. Like, almost like why is 30 Days of Night not as good as Wrong Turn? Like, I'm almost just spot on there with you, Michael. I like it a lot too, man. I like it a lot, but I don't know if I can go to great with it. So I've got to go with good. But it is borderline for me great as well. So I like it a lot. Everything you said is spot on. The vampires were. I hope we go back to that actually. Like, it's when the Twilight was real popular. I wanted to say, go check out 30 Days of Night. That's a real effing vampire. I wanted to say it to so many people.
Well, the premise of it was awesome because you think about in Alaska when it is nighttime. If I was a vampire, I'm going to Alaska for that time of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, the way, and just like you said, how he had control of everyone. Like,
yeah, dude,
he was, man. You're spot on there. He was frightening.
He was definitely the big dick in the locker room walking around. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, he was, dude. And it's just
he was the big dick in the locker room. So I'm real close to great, guys, but I'll just say I'll go with good. And I will not hate on anybody going above that.
Wayne is saying
Fair
30
enough.
Days of Twilight.
What?
I love it, Wayne.
That is funny, but
that needs to be a movie. 30 Days of Twilight.
30
I love
Days
it.
of Twilight.
100%.
Vampires sparkling as they run up the hills.
So, Lydia, do you have a final tally? Like we said good, right? Yeah. That's where we both put it up there. Yeah, because, dude, I think that Wrong Turn is, a step above that movie. It just makes sense to me. And I was definitely notice I didn't say Jeepers Creepers because I didn't put that there. But
if someone asked me, I would put them at kind of like equals, like But yeah,
Wrong Turn and 30 Days a Night.
Yeah,
I can't do that. I definitely can't do that,
dude. And I love Wrong Turn. I love Wrong Turn. I'm the one saying I'm down for a Wrong Turn freaking marathon.
Oh, this will be fun. Halloween Resurrection.
Oh God.
Halloween Resurrection. Cast your votes for Halloween Resurrection. And Matt, you actually have the floor on this one.
Oh, I'm glad I do.
Thank God.
I'm glad I do. I'm gonna go ahead and go with haven't seen.
That's a lie. And everyone, you just failed every lie detector test that you're not hooked up to. I swear to God. They didn't even have to hook up to your arm.
I gotta go with trash, man. I gotta go with trash.
I might not even do it that bad, but man, Jesus.
Yeah, that's where it's at for me. Guys, Michael's my number one. If it wasn't for Michael Myers, I probably wouldn't even be here talking with you guys right now. He got me that much into horror. Michael is my guy. I remember I was watching another movie at the theater, but I remember seeing the poster that Resurrection was coming out and all that, and I was floored, man. I was over the moon. I was ecstatic.
You got Jamie Lee right there on the knife. Like she's going to be a big part of it.
But for that to be what I got, guys, him in this reality house with this, it was just a jacked up shit show for me. So,
oh yeah, man.
Yeah. It's for me, it's trash. It's trash. If somebody finds some good in it, that's fine. But for me, what I'm looking at in a Halloween movie, it's absolute garbage. So,
I think the only one out of the three, the big three that we, like to talk about, Freddy, Michael, Jason, I think this is the only one that I thought Freddy's Dead was worse than, with those. This is bad for me. It's just, I hate to throw it in the trash because it's Michael, but at the same time, this movie makes me irate. Let's say this. I'm going to put it at bad, but if it ends up in the trash can, you won't see me trying to fish it out. All right. I'm not going to try to debate anyone. I'm definitely not trying to reach in there and pull it out for sure. I'm going to go ahead with bad, but you guys already know how I feel about this movie.
I'm surprised I put it a notch worse than you. I'm surprised.
But I mean, think about it though. You love Michael Myers with a passion, and for them to give you that, you know what I mean? I get it, man. Throw it away. Like if this movie ceased to exist, it wouldn't affect my life in any way whatsoever. You know, if all of a sudden I forgot this movie even existed and it disappeared off the face of the earth, there would not be a hole in me, in my soul, like there's something missing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it would just be, hey, we're throwing a Resurrection away. Okay, that's good. Probably a good idea. You know, and that's how I feel about that. So let's see where we're at.
Rumpke or
anyone that'll take it, Matt. I mean, I'm not picky. We can litter it for all I care. I don't see this one being on the top. I definitely don't even see it being in the middle. And the way it's looking, it's probably going to end up in the trash can. So let's get our total for this one. I'm just going to go ahead and put it down here because that looks like where it's about to go. Trash can won with 4 votes. It's garbage day. Well said, Lydia. Well said.
It's garbage day.
Val is saying The Shape is my absolute favorite slasher, but Resurrection just sucks ass. 100%.
It does.
I get it. Polar saying time has healed me a little on Resurrection. Watch it like a parody, and it's not as bad. Hey, I get it. And Wayne is saying it's still better than Jeepers Creepers Reborn, and I agree. I'd rather watch Resurrection than Jeepers Creepers Reborn for sure.
I agree as well.
I would.
I agree as well. Yeah, and that's what's fucked up about this. This could just be my love for wanting to see Michael, but as much as I hate Resurrection, I probably watch it more than other movies. Like, because sometimes I'm just like, Matt, you need to re-up on your Resurrection. I don't know, but I'll still watch it from time to time.
Oh yeah,
but God, it's terrible.
I own it. I don't know if that disc has ever been opened though. In all honesty, it has before.
I'm trying to do the same thing with Halloween Ends, and I've yet to get past like 10 minutes. Like, so yeah, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah.
Have you seen Descent?
Oh yeah, love Descent.
Let's talk about Descent. That'll be our next one.
Have I seen Descent?
Oh shit, that's on me, isn't it? All right, so
Descent. Okay.
Descent.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Descent. So I hadn't seen this movie before a couple months ago. It was recommended to me.
Michael.
Yeah. So this was a movie.
I wish you were with me, man.
Well, this was a movie that was recommended to me, and it was one of those movies that I thought I had seen until I watched it, and then I was like, "Oh wait, this isn't what I thought it was."
Okay.
So I ended up watching Descent. Maybe it was a month or two ago that I watched it. Time for me is terrible. But I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a great movie. It was fucking crazy at times. You know what I mean? And I was well invested in the story. I thought that the actresses in that movie were fantastic. There was not a point in that movie where I was like, this is kind of boring. There were some mistakes made in that movie to where it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you do that? You know, but at the end of the day, not everyone thinks the way you do. Putting this anywhere but great for me is not happening. I want to go with great. Now, let me ask you this. You know, Descent had the 2 different endings, right? It had the UK ending and it had like the American ending, right? So
I'm not sure I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
So for American audiences, when she was in the truck or in the Jeep at the end and she looks over, you know, the credits come up. Okay.
Yeah.
But in the, what was it? Was it Australian? Wayne will let me know. Wayne will let me know I think it was Australian. So it was the Australian ending. She ends up that was a dream that she got away and she was back in the cave. You know, nowhere near, the exit. So she was just stuck. So I'm not sure which ending you saw of this movie. But I really liked that ending better where she was stuck and she thought she had gotten out, but she didn't. Kind of like that. You think you're building towards something the whole time, but you're not. They
That's
never get out.
the thing I got.
That she was stuck in the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead with The Descent, man.
I'm just still pissed that I would have loved to have watched that with you for the first time, Michael.
Yeah, man. It was like a friend recommended it to me, and I thought I had seen it, but I didn't. So I sat back and watched it.
I hadn't seen that. I love The Descent.
Yeah.
I actually love The Descent too. I got to go with great as well. I can't put it at epic, which is fine. You're still talking about a movie you love. I love it, man.
Yeah,
it's creepy. It's freaking just like the acting is great. Keeps your attention. There's a whole bunch of like, oh shit, what the F moments. Phenomenal movie. So
when she stabs her friend, like you couldn't have told him like it was an accident. Like you just, oh god, dude, like that was so cringy for me. It's like you could have avoided this whole situation you have at the end of this movie with this other girl if you would have just told her, like, look, I was getting jumped. I turned around and I stabbed her on accident. I didn't mean to. I tried to get her out, but you didn't even try to get her out. You just left her there. Like, what's wrong with you?
And it's scary, dude.
Yeah, man, it's scary. Could you imagine being in that situation?
The Descent is scary. Like, it's a scary movie. Like, it's a scary but see, I'm claustrophobic as it gets. Like,
I am too.
You know what I mean? So like that movie is like where you're watching it. There's times where I have to like pause it and just kind of look around, remind myself that I'm like in an open space, and resume play. But it's so good. I'm glad you got to see it, Michael. Like,
Val, you got to see this movie. Jerry, you got to see this movie. Jeff, you have to see this movie.
Oh my god, I can't believe all these people haven't seen it.
Hey, I didn't know what I thought I had seen it. For some reason I was thinking that I had seen this movie, and when I turned it on,
all these people that haven't seen the Descent.
Yeah.
Wow.
Y'all, yeah, and Ela Lady even threw that up there. Y'all need to go see it. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a good one. Polar is saying The Descent is epic.
Matter of fact, guys,
fantastic.
I'm saying it right now. I will do a horror night at my place, and you all are welcome, and we will watch The Descent. Let's do it.
Yeah,
it's so creepy. It's so creepy.
See, that's the thing, Wayne. You'll never see me in a cave because of freaking The Descent. Like, not that I would have ever been in a cave before that, but I might have thought about it until then. Like, but no. But Wayne does have to leave. I understand, buddy. Thanks for coming, man. You're freaking awesome, Wayne. Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you, Wayne. For me, it was the Nutty Putty Cave disaster. Like, once I found out about that, like, oh
yeah.
God.
Val, don't feel bad.
Michael.
Yeah. Okay. Val, don't feel bad. I didn't see it before a couple months ago, and it's freaking awesome.
Dude, screw that. Yeah. We are all horror fans. There are tons of stuff I haven't seen, and it's like I felt the same way, and I was like, I like horror, I watch it, dude. We're all horror fans. Like, there's so much I haven't seen that I like feel guilty for. It's like I'll get around to it. Like, but yeah.
I'm being a homer with this one. I'm sorry. Friday the 13th, the remake.
Okay.
That's on you, buddy. I went with The Descent.
Okay. Friday the 13th, the remake. I have to put that. Oh God, I gotta put that. I love it, guys. I don't, because we don't get that many Friday the 13th movies, so I'm gonna say great. I'm gonna say great. Uh, I want to say good for like how it. I gotta say great. Um, I'm gonna go with great. He looks great. He looks fantastic. I have watched this movie numerous times because it's fun.
Yeah.
The characters are fun. You guys, I've said this 1,000 times. I'm all about like how the character looks, and I think Jason looks fantastic. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna go with great.
Bobby's saying he's got to go. Matt, I had fun watching, guys. Have a baby girl that needs to start laying down. Hey, thanks for coming, Bobby.
Dude, no worries, no worries. And Bobby, thank you so much for coming by, and I hope you come back next Sunday, man. Thanks for stopping by, Bobby.
Friday the 13th, 2009 remake. I'm gonna say it's great, and if anybody has a problem with it, fight me. I don't care. Like, this is a good movie with great moments, but I'm gonna throw it into great. Yes, I'm a homer. Yes, I love Friday the 13th. I can watch this movie anytime. This is a movie I can watch 5 times a week, and I probably will not get bored with. I understand that it has its issues. I understand that some of the dynamic between the characters aren't that great, but I love every bad minute of every bad moment of this movie. So I'm putting it into great, and the other stuff that you said too.
Well, I mean, I'm even cherishing it more because it's like I'm just so thankful we had it because damn, we don't get shit from Jason. But
you hate to say something's great because you have nothing to compare it to. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of sucks that you have to do that because it kind of gives you a false perception of what you really have in front of you. But man, to this, if you want to call it a guilty pleasure, for me calling it great, call it a guilty pleasure. I absolutely love this movie. Like, it's fun, dude. Jason is raw. We have not seen Jason move like this Jason moves, dude. Like, he is on a mission. When he goes running at that girl with that machete, when he comes pulling that guy up out of the floor after he stabbed him through it with the machete, cut his Achilles tendon and went through his hand, and then he dragged him under. The way that they revamped that sackhead look of Jason, I thought it looked absolutely awesome. You know what I mean? So no, I don't care.
It did.
You know what I mean?
It's
fun.
And it has your like old Jason shit with the titties for no fucking reason, and like,
it's a Friday movie. It's allowed. It is allowed.
It's so good. Michael, I want to say, guys, I do have to get ready and jet. I freaking love you all. But let's do one more, man. Let's do one more.
Yeah, let's do it.
And then I got a jet.
Lydia said that Great has won with 6 votes. And I just want to throw this out there, too, from the Friday remake, and we'll get to one more movie. That guy, you know, granted, he was an idiot, but when he turns around and looks at Jared Padalecki and says, you about kickstarted a whoop-ass machine, boy. Like, I was laughing my ass off when he scared him from behind. He turned around like, you about hit the pull start on a whoop-ass machine, boy.
Dude, he's classic for a Friday the 13th.
What an idiot. But I absolutely loved it.
I love him too.
Yeah, it's so good.
I love him too. You sure?
All right.
It'll fuck your ass up.
Yeah, I know, right?
Boss, man. Like, dude, he was great.
He is something else.
You want to look at that? Dude, he's licking his fucking magazine. Dude, he was great.
He's an idiot.
Dude, he was great.
I'm trying to pick a good one for your last one. I'm going to do 1 or 2 more after you take off, finish off the show. But let's throw this one up here because I know we both enjoy this movie. Freddy versus Jason. Let's not forget that came out in 2003. So I'll let you take this one because it's your last one. And then I'm going to do like 2 or 3 more after you take off here because there's a few that I want to talk about.
Damn, you threw me a fucking hard one because if I had known that this would be like our, you know, only Titans for the next 2 decades to go at it, you know what I'm saying?
Well, except the Alien versus Predator, but when you talk about the Titans, meaning like slashers. Yeah.
Like I thought, I'm sure I'm not alone. When I thought this came out, I thought it was gonna stem all kinds of shit. This movie is not perfect by any means, but it's not shit. It's not shit by any means either. Yeah. Damn, man, you gave me a tough one. I respect the shit out of it because it is, the one movie we got those two titans to meet. So I have to go with great. I have to go with great. And I know there's people that shit on the movie. The acting's this, whatever, blah blah blah. They didn't portray Jason right, or Freddy, whatever. And I agree with all that stuff. I really do. But I want to say that if you can throw that shit aside, guys, we did get Freddy and Jason to freaking meet and battle it out. And one thing I'll say as well, the way they brought them together was very reasonable. Yeah. And it made sense. So that's where I give them credit as well. And it's fun, guys. It's the only movie where you see two titans of horror battle it out. So I love it. I got a lot of respect for it. I see everybody's opinion, when it comes to you, Michael, with the way they portrayed Jason and stuff. You're not that happy with that, and I get that. I so get that. There's a lot of people that dog on the acting and stuff, and I see that as well. Not everybody was an Academy Award winner on that. So I get it all, but it's like I'm also gonna be proud of what we got, and they had some good battles and stuff. For me, I'm so pleased that we got it. And Robert Englund, if you're a fan of his, he was on top of his game in this movie. So I'm gonna go with great. I'm gonna go with great, man. And I can see people going any other way. I can, but I'm gonna say great, man, for sure.
I have a feeling this one's gonna be kind of all over the place.
I love that we got this movie. Yeah, I'm very pleased that we got this movie. I wanted so much more after this movie, but we didn't get it. So that's where you had to just say, "Hey, I'm glad we got this one." But yeah, Michael, buddy, thank you so much for having me, man. I do have to call it in. I got some early doctor's appointments. I love all you guys. I absolutely love the horror community, and I'll be back next weekend.
Well, in case anybody wondered, I thought it was good. So
all right.
Man's in the chat say Jason wins in every category. Hey everyone, what's up, man? All right, man, you take off, buddy. It's good show tonight, and I'll talk to you soon, man. It was great to have you on here.
As always, thanks for having me, Michael. Yep. Take care, guys.
Take it easy. All right, so we will put Freddy versus Jason in the great category. So I just want to do a couple more of these, and then we'll wrap up these last 10 minutes. If you haven't hit that like button already, please do so. And if I could get one of my other mods, it looks like Lydia has to go as well to keep the tallies for these last couple that we do. That would be fantastic. So let's see. So another one that I definitely wanted to do was The Ring. So this is without a doubt one of my favorite remakes of all time. I absolutely love this movie. So go ahead and place your votes on The Ring. I think it was 2001 that this one came out. Just the way they did this movie, the tone of this movie, the way Samara looked, I think that they did a fantastic job with Samara. The overall tone of this movie, and I know I just said tone twice, but you look at that and you could tell what kind of movie this is just by watching the way the screen looks through this movie. They kept it a certain color. The color choices they used in this movie, you know, it all played into the way that Samara looked. And for her to come out of that TV the way they did, with her towards the end, I thought was absolutely fantastic. We had never really seen anything up until, that point. And she started that whole trend of horror movies and things to start skipping around the way that Samara did. And the first time they opened that closet and you saw that dead girl, I mean, come on, you guys. I mean, I was in the movie theater like, oh my God, they almost had like the ghost face, right? They almost looked like they had a scream mask on. The big wide open mouth and the turned jaw. Like, it looked freaking crazy. I love The Ring. So I am a little biased. This is definitely something I'm gonna put in the great. It's teetering the line for me for epic. And since I haven't put anything in epic yet, and I didn't know if I would, I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in epic for me. I doubt that the votes will go that way. But for me, this is, like I said, it's my favorite remake of all time. So let's see where we're at with the votes. I know Lydia had to leave. Do any of the mods have the vote count, or do I need to go through and kind of add these up while I'm trying to talk here? Like, I'm probably not too good at that. Oh, Val, you've got me. You're awesome. Oh, wow. I did not see that one coming. Thanks for doing that, Val. I appreciate it. So we're gonna put another one up into Epic to join the Devil's Rejects. That's super cool. That is super cool. And I mean, you can't have The Ring without me throwing The Grudge out there as well, right? I usually don't like when people compare these movies, but this is definitely one that I enjoy, a lot as well too. Melissa saying I didn't know The Ring was a remake. Yes, it was. It was originally a Japanese made horror movie, and it was called The Ring U. It had a U at the end. And it only came out a few years before the American version did. If you haven't seen it, Melissa, it is definitely a good movie to check out for sure. The Grudge, now being compared to The Ring as much as it is, it's something I definitely don't like to do. I am going to just, lead off with saying that this is going to go into the good category for me. I think that it was a good movie. The first time I saw this movie, it did have me, kind of on the edge of my seat just a little bit, for the simple fact that it was different from anything that I had ever really seen. It wasn't the classic, horror movies that we were used to. And that voice, the amount of fun people had with that Grudge voice when it came out, that like that. I had so much fun with that. And I remember when that came out, that creeped so many people out. I can't put this into a greater epic spot, but I am gonna say it's good because I do have a lot of good memories watching this movie. Although its rewatch value is not that great for me, I'm still gonna put it in the great category. So make sure you cast your votes for The Grudge so we can get those tallied up. And do not forget, if you would love to support this channel, you can go over to Patreon. And Jerry's just put it up in the chat. Well done, Jerry. Jerry has the link in the chat for the Patreon page. If you do want to support this channel, there is a package for everyone. It's not expensive, but it does help out the channel. And there's a lot of different horror content over there. And it's very fun to do for you guys. It's definitely fun to share with everyone for sure. So if you do want to support the channel, go ahead and check out the Patreon page right there that Jerry has put in the chat. And if you haven't already, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, and you have had fun with us today, please go ahead and do so and hit that subscribe button. We do this pretty much every Sunday night, along with stuff during the week. And while I have your attention as well with things going on for the week, tomorrow night, I am doing a watch along for the fan film. His Name Was Jason, and that will be at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So definitely come and join me for that. If you've ever been a part of my watch parties for fan films during the week, we definitely have a blast with them. I'll try to get somebody on the panel with me, so I'm not just it's not just me up here, so we can bounce these ideas around. But it looks like good because there was a tie. Polar threw out good, so it looks like good came through for The Grudge. So another one, another one. So this will be, my last one here for today. And then I'll talk to you guys for a few minutes before we get off of here. And I definitely want to pick a good one for you guys and one that is pretty well known to everyone. And I've kind of got it narrowed down to two, but I think that I'm going to go with the OG Final Destination. They have quite a few Final Destinations on this list because so many came out in this time frame. But I do definitely want to go with the OG for Final Destination. This movie, I am going to put it as a good movie for me, although it had great moments in it. But I don't think necessarily that the movie was great, which I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with me on. But Final Destination was definitely a good movie for me. It did a lot of things that we had never really seen before. It was interesting. And for some reason, every time I think about this movie, I think about that girl getting hit by that freaking bus. I did not see that coming. And I think that when I watched this movie for the first time, it was on video. And I probably did rewind that part like 10 times. Like I was with a group of people and it's like, let's see it again. Let's see it again because it was so crazy and so unexpected. I think they were very creative with the kills. And I think that that is something that made this movie, God, a good movie with great moments. So I know that's kind of me, being kind of on the line there. But I am going to put it in good for my vote. But at the same time, it's not up to me where this goes. So, it's up to you guys. If you guys think this is a great movie, go ahead and put it there. Hell, if you think it's a bad movie, go ahead and put it there. But we'll see where it turns out. But yeah, like I was saying, while we're waiting for these votes to come in, and you let me know what you guys think about Final Destination. That watch party tomorrow, the fan film watch party, I think that is going to be a blast for us. So if you are free tomorrow at 8 o'clock and you do want to hang out, I will be here at 8 p.m. watching His Name Was Jason. All right, so let's see what some of the comments are, what you guys have to say. Timothy is saying OG Final is great. All right. Polar is saying, I gotta skip past the shower scene. Puke. Melissa, I love the Final Destination movies. 5 is my favorite with the roller coaster. Oh my God. Polar is saying we're gonna do Scream. Yeah, I can throw that up there next. We can go ahead and do Scream. Great and good are tied with 5 votes each. So if anyone has a vote that they have not cast yet, please do so. And then if we don't get another one, we'll try to go ahead and break that tie somehow. So the next movie, yeah, I'll end it with Scream 3. That's what I'll end this one with tonight. But Val, if you did not count my vote, you can go ahead and count my vote if you would like to break the tie, or we could flip a coin. But I can't really see back here so well, so I don't really know if I'd be able to see it. We tried that once, remember? So it didn't really work out too well. Timothy is saying, thanks for the great show, Michael. Good night, everyone. All right, man. Thanks for coming, Timothy. It was great to have you here, buddy. If you are free tomorrow around 8 p.m., we will be watching His Name Was Jason. So hope to see you there. If not, see you next week. All right. So we will go to good with Final Destination. So let's go ahead and go there. This will be the last one for the night. We are going with Scream 3, right? So Scream 3 to me, oh, I'm not going to be a popular person. I thought this, I'm going to put it at good. I'm going to put Scream 3 at good. I don't think that it's definitely not my favorite of the Scream franchise. But I don't think it was a bad movie, and I don't think that it was just okay. I think it was a good movie. I love Dewey and Gale's back and forths in this movie. Gail's hair, though, like, God, man. Not that I would judge a movie based off of a haircut, right? But I don't know. It is where I got Dewdrop from. Anytime I refer to Dewey, I tend to call him Dewdrop, and that's because of Scream 3. I felt like there was a lot of stuff that took away from moments in this movie that were supposed to be more serious. But at the end of the day, I think that Scream 3 was a good movie. I definitely liked it better than a couple of other ones in the franchise, and that's 100% for sure. But I definitely want to know what you guys think about Scream 3. For sure. We'll see where the votes are. It looks kind of like the votes are a little all over the place. Melissa is saying Scream 3, my favorite. Hey, that's awesome. That is freaking awesome. Polar is saying Scream 3 is great. Val is saying Scream 3 is great. May Ann is saying Scream 3 is good. Jerry saying Scream 3 is great. The Shape is saying Scream 3 is good. So what do you guys think? Are we close? Do we think we have it? Do we think we have all the votes? Great wins with 3 votes. Hey, I can handle that. So this is our chart for tonight. Didn't get through all the movies that I wanted to, but that's okay. I kind of wanted to do House of Wax. I wanted to do Hostel. There's a few left. Maybe we'll come back to this one at some point. But this is the chart that we have. Which is funny because we only had one trash can. We only had one trash can out of all these movies. And that's crazy. So you look at the decade of, 2000 to 2009. And I mean, from our community, that hang out at Movies and Beyond, seems like there were a lot of good movies in that time frame. There was a lot of good movies in this time frame. James is saying, so long, Mike. Hope everybody has a good night. Hey, James, you take it easy, buddy. And don't forget, we got a watch party tomorrow. So I hope to see you tomorrow at 8 p.m., sir. Polar saying victory. I know 3 doesn't get much love. Hey, it got some love tonight, right? Scream 3 ended up in the great category. And that's what's important. That's what everybody thinks. And that's why I wanted to do this way tonight. I wanted to see what everybody in the chat thinks. It's easy for me and Matt to say, hey, this was good. No, I think it was meh. And then, but all you guys putting these together, 100%. I absolutely love it for sure. House of Wax. Yeah. House of Wax. That's definitely a movie that it's a movie. It is. And I know that House of Wax has its fan base. I know that and it's not a bad movie. I'm not saying that it's bad. I didn't think that it was great, but at the same time, it was definitely a decent watch. But I definitely want to thank all you guys for coming tonight, man. I had a blast tonight. This was so much fun. So much fun, in fact, that I may look at doing a different genre next week because we did so well with this one. And I love the engagement with these. And so I'll probably look forward to doing one of these next week. Why is Jerry saying trash can? You gotta be freaking kidding me. Polar, you have my permission to beat up Jerry if you want to. I won't say anything. But everyone else, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, you haven't hit that like button, please do so. It helps out the channel. If you do want to support the channel, go over to www.patreon.com/moviesandbeyond. And then there's some other stuff after that. My mods have the link in the chat. And I had a blast tonight. And you guys are freaking awesome. So if you are going to be at the watch party tomorrow, this should be an interesting one. This is a Friday watch party, but it does have it's a little more humor based than the last ones we had. So I think everyone will appreciate this one for sure. And I think tomorrow it will be a blast. So hope to see you guys tomorrow. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Hey, you